Welcome to another episode. My name is Chris Gilmour, and we're actually recording this. So we're doing a podcast and recording. So for you guys that are on YouTube or Vimeo, you'll get to watch this. I'll probably even put some of this up on Facebook. But I thought I would talk today about the good old days. And we were speaking about this in our meeting yesterday, our sales meeting with all our staff here at All Properties Group. And we had a Lisa Winning from a finance company come in, talk to us about what was going on. Why is the market so bad at the moment? And there's all this noise, all this talk out there in the market at the moment. Prices are dropping. Sellers' expectations are still really high. Buyers are not willing to pay the amount that sellers want. It got me thinking about the good old days. And I thought that's why I'd just do a quick podcast about 10 years ago to where we are today and how much the market has changed. So if you're on the market or you know someone that is thinking of selling, please share the love for them to listen to this, get it out there, pass it on, and share as much as you possibly can. But I'm going to talk about the good old days and what is actually happening right now in the market. And what's happening in the market, it's Australia-wide, it's just not here in Brisbane, is prices are dropping in most places anywhere up to 10%. So to put some context around that, if your home was worth $600,000, say 6 months ago, there is a real good chance that you're only going to achieve somewhere around that 530, 540, 550 if you're lucky, if the house is presented perfectly. So I thought I'd give some ideas around what can we do to sell a home in this market, how do we get buyers through our properties in a market like this, and what your real estate agent should be doing for you when the time and markets get really tough, because this really sorts out the good agents compared to the what I call courier drivers, where they just do deliveries of buyer feedback and negotiating. So this really will sort out the top agents, this sort of market. I love this market personally, but I thought I'd just give you some quick ideas. So what's happening at the moment is we're getting less and less buyers coming through to our property. So we actually now need to increase our marketing expenditure. Now, I know times are tough. There's a lot of uncertainty out there. Is my home going to sell? Is it going to achieve the price that I want it to achieve? So why should I spend more money? Well, in times when it gets tougher and there's more competition, you actually need to spend more money to get your home more exposed out there in the market. So if you're on page 10 on realestate.com or Domain, whatever website you're on, you're not going to be seen. You've got to make sure you're on page 1. I always talk about it with my sellers. When you search in Google, you put in do you get to page 2? Actually, believe it or not, there is a page 2 on Google, but we never get there because all the information and what we're looking for is on page 1. Tip number 1, make sure that you are at the front of the pages on page 1, page 2, if you can. So that's the first thing. And that costs money for you to upgrade to put your property out there as what they call a premier property on these websites. So it's a bigger ad, it's on page 1, and it's going to be seen more and more. The second tip is the really simple one. It's been around for years, but use a professional photographer. This is where the time is so critical right now that your home looks magical. Make sure you've got good, clear images. I love doing twilight shots because all of my competitors generally do daytime photos. So I like to do night shots, which just gives a different look and ambience around that particular property. And that's what we're trying to do. We're marketers. We're trying to make sure our properties stand out in front of everyone else's. And that's what we're trying to do as real estate agents. Floor plans, it's a must. In this day and age, it's 2018, floor plans have to be on your property now. Matterport tours. What's a Matterport tour? What it is, it's a camera that actually scans the entire inside and outside of your home. So it's a lens. So you guys that are watching this on YouTube, it's a camera box on a tripod and basically has 9 lenses, and it does a full rotation and scans of all of the rooms. Now, what it does, it then stitches that all together. So no matter where they are, they can do basically a full walkthrough tour of your entire home. Now, the biggest thing and the number one tip that I can give you, if your property does not have a video, if your agent's not doing a video on your property, you are losing eyeballs, especially on social media nowadays. You don't know where your best buyer is going to come from. To get the most exposure in a downturn market like what we're in, you need to do everything. So to give you some context around it, you've got to be now spending between $2,000 to $5,000 on your marketing campaign. If you're not spending anything near that, then you're not doing enough, and you can't sell a secret. It's that simple. Yes, I know, I understand it's a risk, but it's like insurance. You get car insurance, but you're not planning on having a car crash, but you've got it there as a safe bet in case you do have an accident that you're covered. Marketing is no different, or it's a bit like a doctor. You pay your doctor, he gives you the advice, he then gives you the prescription, then you go to the chemist and buy the medicine to get better. So you need to look at the marketing as not as a cost, but as an investment on your end sale. There's been so much talk about, like in this market, people turn over real estate agents. They think it's the agent's fault. And I'm going to be the first to put my hand up and say it's actually not our fault. We don't control the market. We don't control the prices. What we can control is the marketing, but we can only do what you're allowing us to do and what you're spending, because no real estate agent will pay for your marketing, but you need to listen to your agent. If your agent is saying you need to reprice, you need to restructure your expectations, you need to bring it down to meet the market, you need to work out your motivation. Why are you selling? If you don't need to be selling your home in this market, you've got nowhere to go, you just thought you'd try it, think you can make some money out of it, this is completely the wrong market for you to be in. The only ones that are selling are the people that do need to seriously move, whether it's for family, financial, death, divorce, whatever it might be. They are the ones that are highly motivated. They're the ones that are meeting the market. The ones that are marketed right, meeting the market on price, they're selling. It's that simple. No matter how bad the market is, homes are always going to sell. Just a couple of ideas there. I'm going to touch on this a lot more. I'd like to welcome Isaac to the family. He's the man now behind the camera. So we're going to have Isaac following us around, capturing all of this sort of content. We'll be sharing this all through our social media platforms to try and give you some insight into the real estate market, what to do if you're thinking of selling or if you're wanting to buy. So stay tuned, share the love. Thanks for tuning in.